let's say that you have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
You have a daughter. She's younger, right? Around seven, 8ish. You know what I mean? It's still like impressionable ages. You know what I'm saying? Like they still love you to death, still want to be around you a lot, but you can do something real quick to, you know what I'm saying, upset them.
How you doing, love? By the way.
What is that? What's
How
that?
you doing?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see you.
Name of the school is Barnford.
Barnford,
Legendary.
yes. Barnford, Derry Beach. You probably can Google that,
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
it probably can come up. Barnford is in Derry Beach, Florida. But yeah, what was I finna say? My bad. What was I saying? I lost my point there. You have a daughter that's around about 7, 8 years old. Still impressionable. And you have to discipline her in some type of way. Do you discipline her as in giving her a beating, or do you what do you do? I guess.
Is there any other way to discipline without instilling some type of fear?
Fear of what? Like taking something away, or is that a fear? Does that count as a fear?
Why are you even disciplining them? You know what I'm saying? You're disciplining them because you want them to fear the consequences of their actions. In my opinion.
Yeah, but I guess my fear. What I'm saying when I say
That's good, Greg.
When I say fear, I'm thinking of bro, you scared of me. That's what I'm saying. Well, I guess when you bring
Greg say beat him.
see, that's what I'm saying.
Greg
So,
say
but okay, so this is where it goes back for me when it goes into because I want daughters. How do you get her to understand the difference from that and when she gets into a relationship with a guy and she does something wrong and he hits her?
No,
I always
totally
think about that
That's
though.
totally different.
Can it be? I'm saying that's how I think about it though. And for me, because I don't want
That's
my little girl.
but that's interesting.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want my little girl to think that your dad did this because you did something wrong and that's okay because you did something wrong. Then when you get into a relationship with someone and he does it, does that, you know what I mean? It's like a psychological thing for me. I don't know. That's why I say I would never want to beat my daughter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I intend and hope not to beat any of my children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how do you say that without, you know what I'm saying?
But it's different when you in that scenario because the time's gonna call for what the time's called. I don't think it's gonna be a frequent thing, but if you do something that's worthy of a beating, you might got to get that. But I hope not to intend to do that and raise my children without having to go that route.
So Greg say two different dynamics. Excuse me. He say two different dynamics, and Greg does have a daughter. I think. Excuse me. I'm not sure, but I think Greg's daughter is around that age.
I'm with Chris. She shouldn't be looking at her mate like her daddy.
I mean, yeah. When she gets older.
Nah, bro.
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Cause so put it like this. You can hear this. I mean, I'm not a female, so I wouldn't be able to. I don't know, but from my understanding, I would think that females that have a very predominant male in their life, if it's their grandparent or father or uncle, whoever it may be, they kind of base that person that they're going to be with off of that person. You know what I'm saying? Or that stereotype of that person if they're a good person in their lives. If they take care of home, if they take care of this or they take care of that, they're always going to refer back to my such and such used to do this for me or my such and such.
I'm going to read Shavina comment.
You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead. I need to get close. Go ahead.
Shavina say exact. That's funny because I be saying this verbatim.
I'm listening.
I was such a daddy's girl that even seeing him disappointed in me made me straighten up. He never had to whoop me because the thought of making him mad automatically made me do right. That's exactly how me and my mom was. But it got to that point. It ain't start off that way.
But that's what I'm saying,
I used
though.
to get my ass whooped all the way through middle school. After my 7th grade, I don't think I got no whoopings more after that.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's where I want it to be, to where because that's what it was for me and my grandmother. For me, when I was being raised by my grandmother, I didn't want to get in trouble because I didn't want her to be disappointed in me. You know what I'm saying? So her being disappointed in me.
Chris say he think your example applies when
what?
When they hitting their mom.
What?
Chris.
He say what?
Your example applies with, if they're hitting their mom, not if they're hitting their daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Implies. Bro, I'm thinking he's talking about applies. I'm like, what? Like, he's talking about what? But anyway, he said it implies on they're hitting their what?
Like, it applies if they're hitting their mother, not if they're hitting the daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
if you're beating your daughter, that's not gonna make your daughter think it's okay for her man to beat her.
But how do you know that? That's what I'm saying. You don't know
I
that.
get what you're saying, but he's saying it make more sense if if the daughter see him hit the mom.
Well, yeah, that's on
completely
top.
different.
But that goes both ways. I get that. I mean, because that can be for a male too, or either way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying primarily if you are a male, you know, presenting that dominance over her, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it may be. I don't know. I just look at it totally different.
If she did something,
maybe I'm too deep. Maybe I'm being too deep. I don't know. Maybe you say that I'm being
like
too
I
deep.
said, I hope not to beat any of my children. But if she did something that kind of warranted it, you might have to do something.
And I'm not gonna say never. I mean, you know, you might get a pop. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? But I'm not finna just hard down and just get on you, bro. You go, yeah, holla at your mama. Mama got something to say to you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be more of a disappointment for me. I'm gonna hit him with the simple talk, bro. I'm gonna hit deep voice and all that. Like, you really disappointed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want that to hit as hard as it can. And if it don't hit, I mean, you have to go to do something different. But no, you got a lot of comments though.
Yeah, man, Willa say not always the case. What's up, man, Willa?
But at the same, so even with Chris, he was saying my mom tore my ass up. I get that though, but you kind of understand that's where it's gonna come from anyway, kind of. You know what I'm saying? You, as a dude, as a son, bro, you know you gonna get that from either way. You know what I mean? Your mama can hit you, your daddy can hit you. Either way, you get hit by either one of them. I think when it's a look, I don't wanna do the whole stereotypical type thing, but you know when it's a little girl, it's kind of like, bro. But you do have some dads. We done seen it on social media when. You know, they holding the arm and he's swinging and got all running around in circles. I'm looking at that like, bro, you tripping, bro. Like, bro, you tripping. Nothing about that is cool to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing about that is discipline to me.
So Shavina said my mom used to whoop my ass. I'm a good woman today because she put fear in me. She always kissed and explained to me why I was getting a whooping too.
But but okay, the key word for me was explain. As long as you explain to me what you're doing, like, and why you did it, okay, cool.
Yeah, I always knew
that makes sense.
I always knew I was getting a whooping. Now, all my whoopings was warranted. Every last one of them.
Yeah,
but one.
I give you that.
There was one that wasn't.
No, I'm saying I definitely give you that because I didn't have that many, but the ones that I did get, I was kind of like, yeah, bro, I deserve to get.
Greg said both my parents drugged me around the room.
Of course, bro. Greg probably needed that though. Like
Greg was like,
Greg mouth,
Greg
bro.
was off the chain.
Bro, Greg mouth, bro. His mouth. I'm telling you, I know it. I know that's why he got half of that. I know exactly why he got half of that.
Yes, parents are tougher on boys than girls.
Yeah,
when it comes to like punishment, like physical punishment, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I think it kind of has to be that type of way though, man. Like, I just don't see you coming down on your son as hard as you're gonna come down on your daughter. I mean, moms do that to their daughters, and you know what I mean. But as a son, I feel like you're gonna get it from both ways anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Chris said I wouldn't whoop my kids the way my mom used to do me, but my girls would get a smack if it warrants it. But not doing anything extreme like our parents used to do. Exactly,
bro. Beating you with shoes and all this other kind of stuff, bro. It's kind of extreme now these days. But that could be one of the reasons why some of the kids feel as entitled as they do now. Like, don't touch me type kids, bro. There's no way you can have a school right now and you tell them to come around the corner and put their hand out, bro. They not going, bro. They're not going. They calling their mama, bro. They not going, bro. And half of these kids got phones at 5 and 6 and they know how to dial their mama number. Soon as you tell them to come around that corner, bro, they come around the corner like this. Yeah. Like, Mom, they telling me to put my hand out. I'm not putting my hand out. Like, you can't do that no more.
So we got overwhelming because, man, what I say, her mama used to beat her ass, but her sister didn't get ass whoopings. We different now.
I mean, but see, even JV, he's saying, bro,
it's so funny because I know her. She right.
She said what now?
She got whoopings and her sisters didn't. I understand exactly why she said.
But why? I'm saying, why? When it warranted, like you said?
Probably.
Tell us. There she go. Yeah, tell us. They used to pat us in school, paddle kids in school. I've seen it with my own eyes in elementary.
Now, you know how old that make us seem when we say we got
paddled? Yeah, you got paddled, yeah. Bro, you literally got hit with a ruler, bro. Like, that's what it was.
JB said he got his ass beat too.
He did, and I'm not gonna lie.
And he said he better for it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gonna say that they better for it though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to discriminate against anybody that has happened to or anything like that, because I got bees, but I'm not trying to compare or contrast or anything like that. But like, I don't feel like that. I don't know. I can't speak on. I ain't gonna say this the sole reason why I was just so straight because I got those beatings that I got back when I was a kid.
But you know it's funny because all of them say they got beatings, but they feel different now. Chris say, as a parent now, I don't want no teacher to give my kids whoopings. Let me know if they're acting up. And I
get that, but back then your parents were so busy, bro. Just go ahead and handle it. And I knew you was gonna handle it the right way.
It was more of a community back then.
Right,
now we don't
agree.
feel it's connected. Don't touch my fucking kids, nigga.
Yeah, you know that's true. That's true.
It's different now. Before, like it was a community, so it's like, yeah, beat his ass if you see him acting up. You know what I'm saying? I used to get like 3-4 whoopings if I did some bad shit.
True, because we used to get beat before we left school. Yeah. You got beat before you left school, and then you got beat for embarrassing your parents while you was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got beat a couple times.
Yeah, with some ass whoopings handed out.
But I just don't want to say like that was the sole reason why I became the person that I became.
Greg say Jamal don't believe his ass whoopings made us better.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't feel like we had to take all them beatings, bro. You didn't have to take all.
You took a lot of beatings, especially.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna tell it. Your ass was always in trouble. Dog.
I get that, but what I
no, listen, I'm finna tell it right now. So everybody being
all right.
Okay.
All right. I'm good. I ain't finna say that. You got me teared up. You didn't even say that yet. Go ahead. This is it, bro. After this, we going to that. We ain't talking about nobody getting beats no more after this, bro. Go ahead, man.
This man used to be in class, all us in class doing work. This nigga Jamal always the first one to finish. This nigga just wrote straight bullshit on the paper.
Right, man.
Just so he can go outside.
So I can play, bro.
Because when you finish, you go outside and play.
Yep.
It never fails. Right after everybody finished, who they calling back in the office?
I'm in there crying, bro. Like, man, we always got to go inside.
Jamal, come on back. What is this shit?
Bro, all my answers wrong.
What is this shit?
All of my answers are wrong, bro.
Put straight bullshit.
Man, listen, I'm the first one out the door.
First one out the door.
Wow, bro. Go. Oh, my God, man.
Yeah, come on back.
And bro, and I'm out there playing and everybody waiting for everybody to get out there and stuff. And they be like,
so now you gotta be in there doing work, watching us outside play.
And it's so hard because I'm trying to do it so fast. I'm steady getting it wrong, because I just want to get outside.
Come right back.
Man, I remember that. But anyway,
that'd be hilarious.
But yeah, man, yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and step to all of it. What Chris say? I think the fear is necessary, not fear of the parents necessarily, but fear of the consequences of their actions. They will think about it before doing it again, just like if a kid touches a hot stove. I get that. I mean, I understand. I get it. If you nip it in the bud at first, they won't do it no more. Mm-hmm. I understand that. I'm just saying, as far as like with females, it's just hard for me to put my hands. I don't know until I have one. When I have one, then if it happened, I'd be like, oh shit, Jamal, you said you didn't think you were gonna be able to do that, and you did it. I don't know, but I'm still gonna think about it though. I don't know. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's easy to say until you get into that situation.
Bingo. And that's why they always say, you ain't got no kids.
Because I used to say the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I understand that. I definitely understand that. But anyway, we're going to step to the next one. Before we get to the next one.
Yeah, we got it.
Right before we get to the next one. I'll let you do it. Go ahead, you can do it.
So we're going to invite our guests on the show?
Hey! Okay. Come on down. While we're doing that, can I get a red stripe, bro? Come on now, you keep on walking. Come on.
I'm going to get out and let you in.
Yeah, we're going to step on up. How you doing?
Good.
Welcome.
Hi.
And we will let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm T.
Hey T.
What's going on, T?
How you doing, T?
I'm doing good, guys.
Welcome to the
How are
show,
y'all?
T.
Y'all are very entertaining.
I was just about to say, how did you feel? Because you've been here for a while now. How did you feel about the first question?
I mean, I get what y'all were saying, but I came from a one-parent household, and I never got a whipping.
Never?
Ever.
Oh my God! Okay, I am so happy that you are here. I can really appreciate that. So okay. With that being said, if you have never gotten one before, How do you feel like that impacted your life after hearing all the stories and seeing some of the comments that
we all got our ass tore up.
Because all of us got
We're the
that.
minority.
Right.
So how do you think that would have impacted you?
I mean, I honestly, I can't say because I've never been in that situation. However, I can say that there still was a level of fear that my mom instilled, but it was more of like as I got older, it became less fearful and more like respect, if that makes sense. So I like respected her a lot more.
Okay.
Then I feared her, and I think that just made our relationship 10 times better than what it was.
So,
but
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I agree, and I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, like I mean, I think that I came out I think I came out pretty great.
I feel you.
You know,
but you should. But you should.
But I mean, it was like, my mom. It's not that she didn't discipline me. She did the whole time out thing with me. And
how did that go?
It started at like a very young age. She tells me the story all the time. The first time that she yelled at me, I was like 6 months, and it's because I was about to stick the keys into the outlet.
Oh, you were one of those kids.
Yeah,
Come on, bruh.
Trying to
You
do
finna end it all. You just got here. What are you doing? Baby, if you were my kid, I'm like, bro, you just got here. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Well, go ahead.
So I guess from there, she like screamed. And like I always tell my mom, she has this like level of like octave that she gets to where it's like I automatically know.
Shut it down.
Yeah. So I think it started from there.
Okay.
And then, I went into timeouts and stuff like that. And I think it really impacted me in a positive way to, instead of feel like resentment towards my mom, to feel more respect towards her.
I got you. I agree with
that. Yeah, that was kind of dope. Okay, I like that. It gives me hope though, because it does make me feel a certain way, like I was saying before, because I don't want to, beat, my kids or anything like that, but I've never heard that perspective as far as somebody going through timeouts.
Like I told you, ideally, that's what I want to do with my children.
Right.
And I have to do that.
Right.
Now, she probably didn't get to that level to where her mom had.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how bad were you though? Let's keep 1,000. Like, did you really do anything that deserved to get your ass beat? Like,
yeah, there were definitely things that I did. Even like as a teenager, teenagers still get their ass beat too. So
I didn't get my ass beat as a teenager. I got my ass beat as a child.
I was bigger than my grandma, so I mean, when like she had anything to fear, but I think she just was like, he too big, he ain't gonna feel it like that no way. But go ahead.
Me being a girl, I was smaller than my mom.
Right.
So I mean, either way, people. There was a lot of things that I definitely could have got my ass beat for. But
how did you feel that you didn't get it? Because I know your friends probably did around you. See, so how did you feel? Because that's another thing too that I'm gonna ask, not to cut you off, but like, how did you feel knowing you should have got your ass beat and your friends would have got their ass beat and you did? You kind of that. I'm not saying that you did, but I know some people probably could have felt like, I'm good. I can do that. I ain't gonna get. I can go. She's just gonna shut me down for a minute. You know what I mean? But I ain't finna get beat like my cousin did. You feel me? I do one of those.
Yeah. I mean, it was more of I was confused as to why people were getting their ass beat around me because, like I said, I wasn't raised like that, right? So I'm like, in my mind, I was like, oh, should we call like CPS? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all are really. I had a best friend.
Never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind, bro.
I had a best friend.
Not back then, bro.
Don't know the phone number, none of that,
bro. Yeah, I don't want none of that, bro.
Yeah,
nah.
I had a best friend, and she used to get her ass beat over everything, like over the smallest stuff. Like I remember, I spent the night. We lived right next door to each other. I spent the night over her house. And she was supposed to wash the dishes that night. Her mom came in the room at it was 3:00 in the morning. We were dead asleep.
Never.
And literally knocked, we had Barbies and dolls and stuff like that. Knocked it all over. Woke us up, scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you ain't used to this. Yeah, you ain't used to this.
I gotta
come get me, mom.
I was like, let me just walk next door because I'm gonna sleep in my own bed. But she literally, she wound up getting her ass beat for not having the dishes washed.
So you seeing that, right? So once you see that, you
was
like,
scared. She was scared as fuck.
Yeah, like I mean, I
did you
guess.
think you was next?
Yeah, because she was definitely.
No, she was one of them mamas like, yeah, you next too.
Yes.
And I'm gonna talk to your mom after this, so we good.
Yes,
Well, tell her I beat your ass.
1,000%. So I mean, I got up so
Wow.
fast. I left.
You was
so
like, yeah, I got my
fast.
key, I'm gonna go sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
That
because
is
it was happening.
hilarious. That is hilarious. That's
So
hilarious.
you left?
Yeah, I was like, "Look, I'm not finna get my ass beat by somebody else.
No, I feel you.
You know?
Especially if I'm getting timeouts in my own house. Why would I get beaten over here? I ain't supposed to.
You
This
know?
is beneath me.
Yeah.
I don't get beatings where I'm from.
Right.
This
You know,
is- she
I
said right. I'm just
literally.
That's funny.
This shit was new to me.
Yeah, I feel you though. No, I feel you on that.
Like, of course, you know, went from time outs to as I got older to, you know, punishment and being on punishment and shit. So
Right.
like taking your phone
Now,
away.
punishment was something different. Now, punishment is, I'm cool with the punishment.
Right.
I don't care if male, female, I don't care who you are. I punish the hell out of you. I ain't got
Right.
no problem with that.
Right. So for me, especially being at high school, like I had a boyfriend at the time. So like you take my phone, it's like my lifeline.
Okay. Now we're getting to the thick of it.
Alright,
tell us more.
Okay, yeah.
Tell us
Tell
more.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Okay. Boyfriend in high school?
Boyfriend in high school.
Yeah.
Ninth grade.
We started dating in ninth grade.
Ninth grade.
But we
Ninth
went all the way
grade.
through. We
So
went
this
all the
is
way
14?
You were 14.
Yeah.
You sound, yeah.
We went all the
Yeah.
way through 12th grade. I mean, you know.
Wow, you had a boyfriend from ninth grade? Bro, he didn't have no life.
Greg said you're not as far as you could be.
Bro, Greg is hilarious.
Greg is hilarious.
No, but for real, like that's wow. From ninth grade on through 12,
Yeah, I mean.
was that cool? Like, how was that?
Yeah, it was fine. You know, like in high school, everything's like, you know, even.
But that's when you do your thing, though. That's not really time to have no girlfriend, boyfriend. Ninth grade all the way through 12.
I feel like college is where you do your thing.
Nah, that's even worse. That's even worse.
I agree with you.
You agree with that in college?
I feel like college is where you do your thing, and then a little
Oh
bit
no,
after.
I thought you said that's where you settled down. Was in college.
No.
Oh,
That's when
okay,
you
I'm
do your
with
own thing, and then you know after that you can settle down.
High school though, like that's kind of heartbreaking though. Like you gonna be with this person 9th through 12th, and I'm gonna go to college. And be like, yeah, I'm gonna holler at you though.
Yeah,
Like,
you
nah.
know,
ain't
like-
thinking about that in ninth grade.
Yeah.
She did.
No, it wasn't
Yes, you
that.
did.
No.
Yes, you did. When you
It
went
was
to,
a whole
college.
situation.
Where you
that
went to
happened.
school?
Huh?
You went to college after high school? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, where did you go?
I went to Middle Georgia State University.
Cool. So did y'all separate after that?
We separated before that.
So it's going towards he did something, so I'm gonna back up
Yeah.
off of that. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. But no, we ain't worry about it. That's cool. I'm gonna back up off of that. But no, I just feel like that was a long time.
He said that wake up out your sleep when you get whooped is different.
Yeah, bro, she got the hell on.
No.
Hey, look, hey,
It's not.
Chris. She got the hell on, Chris. That's really what happened. When,
She was the type of mom that'd be like, yeah, no, go ahead, go outside, pick out a switch. She was that type of mom. I mean, she beat them with switches, extension cords, anything that she could find in the house.
But how did that make you feel knowing that you don't have to go through that? Like,
I felt bad
Did you
for my
eventually get
friend.
comfortable with it after going over there?
No, I left. Anytime that she got in trouble and I knew she was gonna get in trouble for it, and it was like things that you know right from wrong.
true.
So it's like when you get to that certain age, so once someone starts doing stuff and they're gonna get in trouble, I'm not gonna be around it. So like I'm just gonna let you go home first, and I'll call you the next
Yeah,
day.
if you ain't get, I'm gonna let you get your beating first, and I'm gonna come over tomorrow, and then we can
Not
play.
me, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna watch you get your beat and laugh
Bro,
at
what
your
time
ass.
you with you, bro?
Laugh at your ass when you come
Nah,
back.
cause for me, dog, if you come over and I get a beating, bro, you gotta stay. Yeah, you gotta get one too, and
Nah, I ain't
both of us
getting
get
one, but I'm gonna laugh at
Cause
you.
whatever we did it together.
Nope, that's on you, buddy.
What?
That's on you.
Nah,
buddy.
we did that together.
Laugh
But
at
nah,
your
we
ass.
gonna bounce to the next. Wait, before we bounce to the next
First thing
thing,
I'm
though.
asking you was, did it hurt? First thing I'm asking you,
You
walked
see
back
me
to the
crying,
room.
didn't you? She probably sitting on there just like this, like, wow, that is crazy. Like, that is crazy. I can't believe you just went through. Are you okay?
Yeah.
See what I'm
I
saying?
was a psychology major too.
See what I'm saying? She was over here like, are you okay? The next day, she over here like, I saw it in your face. That looked like it hurt. I don't go through that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go through that.
I saw this on Roots.
Yeah, bruh. I remember when she got to college, and I don't know if you took African American studies, bro, and you saw it, you were like, bro, that's what I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah.
I saw real life slavery.
Is she whipping him?
Yes. I saw real life slavery, bro.
With the switches, because then they couldn't sit down after. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
That motherfucker, him. You should have called CPS. Yeah, you should have did that.
Bro, honestly, bro, growing up, I thought CPS was like Santa Claus, like something fake. Like
no, I thought
something talked about.
No,
I thought some people talked about.
I'm gonna tell you what I thought.
I didn't even know that shit was a real thing.
I'm gonna tell you what I thought CPS was. I thought CPS, as soon as you call them, bro, they come in and take you out, bro, and that's over. Like, you gone. Like, you can't come back. You can't go back to your family, bro. They put you somewhere else and you just gone. So I'm like, bro, I'm not calling them. I'll take the beating. I don't know these people they finna take me to. And then especially when you have those parents that say, call them. Go ahead and call them. I don't care, call them. I don't care what to say. Like, nah, I'm good. What Zay say? 9 through 12, wait, move the mouse. Wait, that's what you laughing at? What he just
That's
said?
exactly what I'm laughing at.
I know that because, bro, he
Hey,
always
Zebby, you a wild boy, bro.
what did he say? 9 through 12. Oh, he was big. Wow.
She ready. She seen it.
Yeah. I mean, so listen. I don't know if you're in our group, right? So this is a good introduction into our group, man. Yeah. So we had this group, but these are the people, some of the core people that are in our group, and we're real raw with it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's disrespectful, but we definitely get to the point, and they're gonna let you know we're live. So we always talk to them. So feel free if you read anything, you see it, you want to say something back, and if they're talking to you. Talk back. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going to talk back to you too.
Yeah, because they go, you know how it goes.
They are going to say something. So if they say something, just say anything back. So yeah, let's bounce to the next one, man. I know you saw
JV this. Say, my mom say, you call CPS, I'm going to beat their ass.
Bring all of them in.
Bring all of them.
I don't care who they is.
Beat their ass too.
And I'm going to tell you, bro, JV mama straight square, bro. Straight square. Whatever you want to do. Straight bring it. Whatever you want to do, we can make it happen. But that is so fun. Hey, beat their ass.
The comment was funny as hell. I wasn't going to read it.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I was about to.
Was hilarious.
But then I got to the end, I'm like, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it all the way alone, man. Did you see what happened over the weekend, man, with your boy? We talked about it a little briefly on the way over here.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
R.Kelly, he got found. And I'm glad we got a female.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that you are here. Because I always wanted to hear, a female's perspective on it and how they felt, because it was primarily him doing this to female. It was two males. I was going to put it in there. I mean, hey, bro, I heard it. I was going to put it in there. It was two males, two that testified against him too.
Wasn't it?
I think so. I think they were. But no, I'm going to say this. I didn't feel like he was guilty on everything. I will say that. I'm gonna leave. I definitely
speak on it.
I'm gonna give it to you. I just don't on everything. So go ahead. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What is it? What are the things that you felt like he wasn't guilty on?
Kidnapping?
Yeah, like kidnapping and the racketeering and like all this other stuff. Like now, pedophilia. Like
yeah, he did that shit.
100%.
He did that shit.
Now anything like that, but if you are now I don't want to get too deep, but I'm just saying, like, if you're saying he has you locked up in rooms and stuff like that, bro, I mean, and he's leaving and going certain places, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I don't see kidnapping. That's what I'm saying. I just don't see kidnapping.
Listen, when I seen who the lawyer was, who was pushing the shit, I knew it was agenda driven. It was fucking Gloria Allred.
Elaborate, because I don't know what that is. I'm not really.
She's the one who's the lawyer on all these like big time cases when there's like kind of questionable the motive on why they bringing all this shit, because this shit happened so long ago.
Right.
And everybody in the music industry does this shit. It ain't like this is a fucking secret.
Right. I give you that.
Nasty ass, dirty ass industry that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I give you that.
The whole
like the Epstein shit should show everybody that those fucking elites, they do nasty shit.
Whatever it takes. Tell me how you feel though. Because your face, you was kind of like when I said that. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like everything that came his way just now, him being guilty on all those charges, you feel like everything that came his way was supposed to be that?
I feel like he should have got more. I feel like
man got like 100 years.
Yeah,
I mean, how many more years?
200. I do feel like he was guilty of kidnapping, right? Because you can hold someone against their will you know, like if he's locking them up in the rooms and stuff like that, that's holding someone against their will.
I give you that.
And if, you know, I feel like everybody played a part. Their parents, their, like, you know.
That's where the kidnapping comes away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew
so
what was going on.
But you can't go back home, then you don't
They
feel like
didn't want to, half of them.
Yeah, I don't believe that they couldn't go back home.
Yeah, I don't believe they wanted. Go ahead, go ahead.
Because if you're saying you can't go back home because you don't want to lose this deal that you're working on, don't give me that shit. That's bullshit.
If you're alright for sitting in the room for a couple hours,
yeah,
just so you can get this hot song
I
and
don't
you
want to
you heard the song and you know it's gonna be a hit.
I don't wanna hear that
You like,
shit.
you know what?
I don't even want to argue with the fact. Like, I think he's a fucking perverted.
I do too.
But I think the whole industry.
I think he needs to go to jail.
So
for
I
that.
think it was a hit job. They picked him out for a specific reason
And put all that stuff on him. Everything they wanted from back then too.
Why come none of these fucking big time artists in the music industry get to live and fucking retire and enjoy their money? None of them fucking get to do that. All of them motherfucking die while they still working. Mm-hmm. Every last one of these motherfuckers.
And we thinking their lives are lavish. You know what I'm saying? You still working all the way to the end.
The industry, and it's been talked about widely, but it's like we put it outside our mind. The industry is a sick industry they work in, man. These people control everything. They put bullshit on the radio. Yeah. The reason why they don't even put talent on the radio no more because they know we're gonna push you to sell whatever the fuck we put on there anyway. Yeah. So I'd rather no talent so I can control the shit out of you. Yeah. Because when you get talent, you know you can walk away and do all the shit you want to do. So I don't even want fucking talent no more. Like, not real talent. Nah, the shit that they put on the radio and pump other than Drake is bullshit.
I feel like they put out whatever initiative that they're trying to push at that time. Whatever initiative you see, trends, exactly. You have the trends, you have whatever initiatives that they're trying to push at that time or narratives, whatever it is, they're gonna push that. If you're that artist at that time that's pushing whatever it is that they want to hear, they gonna put you on these McDonald's commercials, they gonna put you in front of all these people just so these kids can see you and be like, I didn't even know who that was, but now I know who it is because they're associated with the brand that I like. You know, it's branded for everything. I'm not knocking anybody that does it, but you got to know what it is you're doing too.
So now what we was talking about earlier is you think his music gonna be canceled.
I said, no, this is what I said. What we were talking about, let me fill you in because you are here too. But what I was saying is that what Troy said to me was that his catalog, now that he is negative $2 million, if that's even true, allegedly, that he's negative all this money, why would the whole initiative was to make him as low as they can to get his catalog, which his catalog is
I think he got his publishing or something.
Whatever it may be. It is, because he wrote all his music, he did all this stuff himself, he didn't have to go through anybody to do anything. So I give you that. So he's saying, like, why wouldn't he now sell all of that back to them? To whoever.
And not even that. Let's say he go to jail and, well, I guess he should technically still have control of his, you know what I'm saying, his assets.
Yeah, he still does. He can die with that.
It's different when they put pressure on you. Then you probably have more.
What I was saying is that
give into the request that they ask him.
You were saying is that it's going to be worth money long down the road.
Yeah, you think that they're going to cancel his music?
Bro, his music is done. They canceled it already.
I believe I can fly.
It's done. You think they're gonna play I Believe I Can Fly at a middle school graduation?
Nigga, in 10 years we ain't even gonna
a middle school graduation they gonna play I Believe I Can Fly?
Yes, nigga. They believe they can fly.
And he touching kids?
What the hell you talking about, man?
He's touching kids. And they're gonna play I Believe I Can Fly at a graduation? No. Troy, I don't think you understand what you said. So 10 years from now we're gonna be dead, bro. You might have kids at a kindergarten.
Why do you think people are so moral?
What? Do you listen to R.Kelly's music?
No.
Thank you, bro. That's one person right there. She's moral.
That's right now because the shit just.
Oh my god, bro! I just proved the point to you just now.
You ask one person a question.
She's here. What do you mean? It's the person that's here.
I'm just saying you saying his music is gonna get canceled.
It's done. It's already been canceled. When the last time you heard an R.Kelly song on the radio?
That's because it's still fresh. I say in about 5 to 10 years.
Who's gonna play it?
Shit. I Believe I Can Fly is a classic, nigga.
To us now,
and it's still gonna be a classic.
Never.
Fuck out of here.
Who's gonna play it?
Fuck are you talking about?
Who's gonna play it? Tell me who's gonna play it.
Nigga, everybody.
Who? The only places that they play that song at is graduations. Am I not lying?
Listen, let me tell you something. If somebody powerful buys that catalog, they finna fucking steered. You don't know how much of the
You can't erase the memories of the people that already that's gonna buy the music.
you have no idea the power of
How
media.
don't I? They can't erase my mind if I. So
The power of media can spin anything for the benefit of profit.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. I see both of your points, right? I see there are still some people who back him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the people that grew up with R. Kelly, listening to R. Kelly,
Me.
they're still.
I
It's
listen
some
to his
people.
music sometimes.
It's some people that still back him, like the women that was trying to bail him out of jail, even after they are still gonna be true R. Kelly fans
It
till
ain't
they
even
die.
just that.
Right?
It's just like even if you're not an R. Kelly fan, and you kind of feel in between, like you know he's a fucking dirtbag. You know what I'm saying? You believe he should go to jail. But I mean, I'm gonna play a fucking I believe I can fly.
I think that some people.
No, bro.
I think that.
That's
people
an
who
inspirational
don't-
ass song.
But like, I feel like it'll go into the back of your mind thinking about, you know, what his lyrics really mean. And like, you be like, you know, it can sound inspirational, but then like, you know, it'll be like, you know, maybe one or two lyrics where you're like, oh,
What you talking about,
what are
bro?
you- yeah, like,
and I'm
are
at
you
my kid's
referring
graduation,
to-
bro.
Listen, you have no idea the power of media. I guarantee
why do you believe
if
you
somebody
can fly
powerful buys
after-
his publishing or his catalog and is able to make a whole bunch of money off of it, man, they gonna spin the history of this shit so fast on your ass.
They will. I mean, they do
Wasn't
it.
Hitler involved in making the Volkswagen?
Hey,
And niggas still buy Volkswagens.
smooth say you can't cancel Kelly.
Yeah,
So
it's like, bro, I believe I could fly, nigga.
That's to us though. That's the
Fuck outta here, nigga.
That's the generation for us, man. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have our
In
kids.
10 years, you're gonna be stepping
still gonna be here in 10
stepping to the name of
years.
love in 10 years.
I still step in the name of
Yeah,
love.
you
I don't have a problem with the
Step,
music.
step,
I'm just saying
step,
people are not
step.
gonna let that go because you don't listen to his music at all,
No.
right? She doesn't listen to his music at
all.
all.
The vast majority of these motherfuckers making music is fucking sick.
I get that, but it's not out in the open like that though. It's not.
You can't play
publicized
no
like
music.
this.
Don't
They're
play
not-
no music then.
But I'm not
Don't
saying it,
listen
but
to
it's
shit.
not. It's not out in the open like that right now.
Listen
though.
to shit.
I mean, we don't know that. I mean, for me,
Thank you.
there are some people who stopped, you know, playing or listening to R. Kelly even back then when some of the stuff was popping up then, but it got swept under the rug. Like, I know some people that stopped listening to him then.
I do. But that's the point. Is they're going to diminish the value of it now. Then you swoop in and buy it. Oh, then we change the whole fucking narrative. And motherfuckers start listening to this nigga again.
So look,
This is a hit job, bro. It's a fucking obvious hit job that they're doing on this man. I'm not saying that he don't do nasty shit, and I don't mind him being in jail.
but it can't be
But
a
it's not
hit
gonna-
job
it's
if
not
you,
gonna-
if
but
you
listen.
walked into it. You doing it. It's not a hit job. It's
You're
not,
not
it's not like they
listening.
picked
You're
him
not
out.
listening to what I'm saying.
I am listening to you. What? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
It's a hit job, bro. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they all participate in shit like this. They singled him out and made an example of him because they obviously trying to do something to him.
What? That's
I'm
the
thinking
thing.
I can speculate, but I don't know. But why are we picking him out?
Cause he doing it, bro. You
Yeah, you know how many people
let
doing
you
it?
off the first time and then you do it again. So okay,
They got the Epstein.
Black
video.
Tony talking. We got Black Tony. Even though he ain't here, he is talking.
Yeah.
You see what he had to say? Black Tony is here. But he did hit us with a fact like he always does. Surviving R. Kelly streaming went up 116%. That kind of goes towards your point.
Hey man.
If that's factual, we believe Black
All
Tony.
I'm saying is this, it would be in my mind it would be a good business tactic to devalue his catalog and his publishing now, swoop in and buy it, and we can just, let's say I'm a powerful person and I have that type of influence over the media, well, we can just spin this whole shit around.
I mean, that I agree. I feel like they are gonna do that. They do it all the time.
You do?
It's proven. It's
Wow.
proven throughout history. I mean, you got to think
Yeah.
about like the 1920s and 10s. All those people who were famous actors and actresses. They did fucked up shit. I mean, they were really racist, but now some of them are icons.
True.
And all that other stuff got swept under the rug.
You don't
I
even
think
talk about
that
it no more.
you don't
Like
you don't.
Elvis. You say Elvis.
See, like
Yes,
what
Elvis.
Smooth made a perfect example. We live in a world where people will publicly say they are not going to listen, and then we all know what goes on behind closed doors. People are full of it. They're actually going to listen more now because he's talked about. It's just the way of the world. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, and then what Jason said too, he pissing the wrong people off.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
what I'm
start
saying.
okay, well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's obviously a hit job, just like the Cosby shit was a hit job.
But how do you feel? But if that was it, how do you feel about that? Yeah, you did a whole show on that. How do you feel about it? What do you feel about the Cosby?
I mean, it's just, a lot of these things that are coming to light is, as far as being a woman in this world, you already gotta be like,
on your toes.
Yeah, on your toes, regardless. Like, it sucks. And so, like, when you hear and see multiple people go through what they're going through, and you're like, this happens all the time, it's kind of hard not to believe it. Yeah. So, like, when it comes to Bill Cosby, I don't want to believe it because, I mean, like, I grew up.
Who he is.
Yeah, like, he was that loving father. Yeah, that loving father figure. Like, you can't think of that.
Jello.
Bro, that's from
Jello pudding.
Yeah, bro, all that. But no, I agree with you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just, it sucks. But, like, also, like you said, we all know these people are doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what makes it even more realistic. Like, I feel like people are just being more bold enough now and have more people on their side.
It's not even bold. This is what these people do. And they think power shields them until they run into the person who has more power.
Yeah.
And
more connections.
And he shows you how much power you don't got.
Right.
Hugh Hefner has an open brothel in fucking America.
He did.
It's basically a wide open brothel.
He did.
And nobody gives a fuck.
And people go
and we act like they're just Playboy. What the fuck is that? A Playboy bunny.
Yeah.
We know what the fuck is going on here.
But now they're coming out and speaking out too about it. After he died.
Yeah.
They started coming out.
The money stops.
Books and
the money stops. Because now you need the money that he was
saying,
giving.
These people know what time it is out here.
How many times? It ain't no telling how many people he probably allegedly has had, encounters with that were younger. You know what I mean? That trying to get into that industry back then. You got to think. Remember, I think we was joking about this a long time ago, but we were talking about Family Feud. I think it was Family Feud or whatever that game show was back in the day when the host kissed every female on the show, even if the husband was sitting right there, he still kissed the wife in the mouth every single time. So think about the stuff that they was doing back then, just trying to get on with Playboy, bro. No, you gotta go see him. You know what I mean? Like, before you get to where you're trying to get to.
But that's literally. We're mostly in a man's world, right? Like, so it's a lot of things that are.
Still, you think?
It's changing.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's still just predominantly a man's world.
It still is a man's world because women are still fighting.
Men are
for
at
their
attack,
rights.
but it's a man's world.
You think so? Because I think women have a lot more opportunities than they had before to make more money.
Yeah, but it's still a man's world overwhelmingly.
But if we go that route to do that opportunity, we're looked at differently. Like, we're looked at, too strong of a woman, too independent of a woman.
What you mean? Speak on it. I
was just gonna say
this conversation is going. Speak on it.
I was gonna say still. I just would think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if we have more opportunities, yes, but for us to level up and get into like these CEO positions and stuff like that,
we're not getting those positions.
Right. If we do, it's a lot harder.
You don't have to believe it. They're not getting those positions.
I think they're getting them. Now, I would go off what she's saying is a lot harder, but they're getting those positions.
If you look up how many women CEOs there are, I would guarantee you it's less than 10%.
Unless it's
sure.
Unless it's
can you look that up for me? I need that point.
I'd almost guarantee that it's less than 10%.
Okay, to go back to her point, I do agree that it's a lot harder. I will say that, but I do think that they're getting those opportunities, though. You know what I mean? At least you're getting in the door.
They're just able to apply for these jobs now. Before they absolutely weren't able.
Okay. We're just able to apply for it, but if I'm in the room with Jim's gonna get it.
Most of the time,
even if you're more qualified than Jim.
But see, this is the thing. Nope, this is the thing that doesn't get talked about. Most of the time, Jim is more qualified, though.
That's what I was going to
You may be more qualified than Jim on your occasions, but the vast majority of the time, Jim is more qualified than the woman who's going for the same job. That's also true. And it's just common sense because they haven't been able to be in the workforce as long as us.
I don't know. I don't know if if I agree with that though.
I mean, it's getting to that point now. Because
I don't agree just because it wasn't
most
workforce that long.
30 years ago, there wasn't as
Is
many.
that what you're saying?
30 years ago, there wasn't as many women working as it
I get that,
Right.
but does that mean that they don't have the same experience though? And like you can get into a work field and
What
just
if there's a
be
guy
good
that has
at
30
what
years
you do?
experience? Obviously, she don't. She just started working fucking 30 years ago.
But I get that, but that doesn't mean that she can't have the same experience or better experience than Jim has.
Not if I have 30 and you got 15.
What the hell does that mean? I can still be. I
I
can still
can
be better
have
at.
15. Yeah, I can have 15. You have 30
that's your
years, but
opinion.
be.
But if I'm interviewing somebody, 30 years experience is better than 15.
But it depends on what Okay, that 30 years and then that 15. What if I did more in my 15 years than you have done in your 30 years?
Boom, shakalaka. Because you could have been just chilling for your first 10.
On average, that's not even realistic to say.
How?
Because on average, somebody with 30 years experience is gonna have done more than somebody with 15.
Well,
We're talking about the rare occasions, then that can happen, but that ain't the norm. Because normally, if I have 30 years experience, you're gonna tell me that most of the time the 15 years experience person is gonna be more.
I'm not saying that's a majority, but
That's
I
what
do
I'm
feel
saying.
like
So
it can
that's
happen,
what's skewed up.
especially when the times are changing too. You gotta like people that are younger and they're more quick with the times. They can get stuff a lot faster than the people who are in the older generations, and they are able to accomplish more than somebody who has been in the work field
Man,
since.
Willa got a good point.
You know.
But no, go ahead. Hold on.
Yeah,
I want to finish. Go ahead. What you were saying?
I thought she was finishing up.
But yeah, they can get, more accomplished than the person who's been working for 30 years because they're, still stuck in their times. So if I can, if the person that's in there and they're comfortable, people are set in their ways after a certain age. They're not going to change.
But most of the time, that's true. Most of the time, that's true.
Or it takes something prolific to happen for them to change their ways. But for someone that's been in the business for 30 years, and then I come in 15 years and I have a lot more insight or, within the world, a lot more, more ideas that can grow this company a lot more than what you are saying that you've been doing for the same.
I'm fresh.
Steady.
I'm new.
Right.
My brain, I'm thinking different, bro. I got different ideas. Yeah, you've been here for 30 years, but my 15 experience, bro, I could come in and my ideas are killing your ideas, bro. That's like a rookie coming in killing a quarterback that been there for 15 years, bro. I'm just better, bro.
You're talking about ideas. That's more of a creative position.
Bro, that's a job opportunity. You gotta come in with
the creative positions are always gonna go to more younger people. We're talking about like for instance, I'm an accountant.
Okay.
A 30-year accountant is always like if I'm going for a job against an accountant that has 30 years experience,
right,
and we're going for the same job, he's most likely gonna get that shit every time.
In that field,
every fucking time.
I give you that. I don't know. I'll give you that. But what you were saying, man?
But Manuela made a good point because she was saying like most of the time the man has more experience because he's been given more opportunities in life. So it's an ongoing cycle.
And I get
so with women coming, that's what I mean by they're late in the game. So by them coming on late in the game, it's hard for them to compete with us because we got so much of a head start.
When you put it like that, okay, I agree. When you put it like that, I agree. I definitely agree.
Black Tony.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Black Tony.
Black Tony made a good point too. Unless that job don't want to pay, then they go on with a 15-year experience.
Bingo.
And that's
hey. You see what I'm saying? Because that's no knock against. That can be male or female. That's no knock against anybody. They can definitely take that 15 over that 30 because of that experience. Same in your field too. They might just be like, you know what, he fresh, he new. We can knock a couple thousand off his salary and go ahead and rock with him because that 30 year, he already coming in with what he already know he gonna make. You see what I'm saying?
Man's making the same kind of point that y'all making. What I'm trying to say is that this is not what the hiring people think. This is not what gets you into the job, your ability to do the job, because we don't fucking know that yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm interviewing
you. On paper.
I'm looking at you on paper. What the fuck do you look like? This guy has 15. This guy got 30. I'm not gonna know that you're. You know what I'm saying? Unless you specifically illustrate that very well on your resume, and it stands out to me in that way.
And I ain't getting that deep.
That's not the norm. That ain't most people.
So this is like before the interview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
So I get what you're saying. Like it's like, you know, looking at someone who went to Harvard versus someone that went to a state school. Like, they would prefer probably someone who graduated.
On paper,
from
you just
Harvard.
look better.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. On
That's
paper,
what
you
get,
just
and
look
that's what get you the
better.
jobs.
No, I definitely give you that. I definitely give you that. Hey, I do want to shout out again, man. I want to shout y'all out, man. Y'all are really giving a lot of feedback,
Yeah,
man.
we
Look,
can't
I
even keep up with the comments.
I know it coming through so quick. We can't even keep up with them, man. Keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. We're gonna scroll back through them too, man. I told you we had some good ones today, man. We really got some good ones today. What she say? Go ahead and read it. Go. You saw one.
She said, I think conversations like this point out the gap in the issue in the workforce. Yes. 1000%.
So I'm gonna take this conversation somewhere else.
Go ahead.
Just because we kind of been going off rails anyway.
Okay.
Do you think as many women being in the workforce now is better for families at home?
See, I can only speak from my perspective, right? So my father passed away when I was really young. So it's been me, my mom, and my brother. My mom has had to work. You know, she put me in daycare. She, you know, did what she had to do in order to provide for us. I do not think that if she was a stay-at-home mom, that it would have really changed my outcome. And I think that I was raised, I actually appreciate being put in daycare so I can see different perspectives of different lives as well. And that raised me to be more of a respectful person versus just being a little bit sheltered and not being able to be like...
Interact with other kids.
Exactly.
I only know what's going on in my household. I really don't know how to interact with other kids once I get around other kids. That's when you get into the sharing stuff. Kids don't know how to share, bro, because they ain't never had to share. Is that what you were asking, though? Is that one of the...
I mean, basically what I was asking is what does she think was better overall for like the community at whole for as many women to be in the workforce? I'll just put it this way, from my perspective, I think black families were in a better position when not as many women were in the workforce.
Why?
We own more houses. If you just look at the statistics, we own more houses. We have more black businesses.
What did it have to do with women, though? Not working.
Because they could better support the home, the family. Nobody's home with the children and shit. It was a better community. It was better community back then.
So why can't
children wasn't just left to just be the fuck out here like they are now?
But
children are just out here now.
But that's up to the parents and where the parents are placing the children, though.
Like if you're not home,
yeah, place them in daycare, put them in school, put them in after school programs, put them in different things. That's up to you as a parent.
I'm saying if you're not home and you got a high school child, middle school child.
But she lived that though. She telling you she lived that. What you're saying right now, she lived. She had a single parent.
Yeah.
Single parent
Listen,
home.
my
brother.
mom worked.
I know all of us did.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us did. But what I'm saying is that she's living what you're saying. Like she's saying that was cool. She don't feel like it would have been any different if her mom was a stay-at-home mom and you know the situation was. Am I saying it right? The situation did. You think things would have still been the way that it is now? Yeah. And what Manuel just said too. I appreciate you, Manuel. I appreciate you. 'Cause that's a good point that you just made. Times were different. They were different back then.
The inflation in this area is ridiculous. The inflation in, over time period is ridiculous. So it's like, one, can you really depend on a one income based household now if that person's not making over six figures? Two, if you're owning a house and you're taking care of your wife and let's say your 2 kids.
Yeah.
How is that, you're making $50,000 a year. There's nothing wrong with making $50,000 a year.
Back then, you remember with 50,000, bro, you was living.
You rich, yeah. But now, if we both making $50,000 a year, then we would be able to make a better home and family for our family versus us struggling off of your $50,000 a year.
But I'm a stay-at-home mom, though.
But yeah.
Bro, that's stupid. I like what you just said. That's not stupid. I'll take that back. But that don't make sense to me. That just what she just said. I'm with.
There's a lot of things you don't have to pay for when when the wife's at home, you don't have to pay for daycare.
I know. I remember
So
I
you don't
said
have-
that.
you don't
When we
have to
said
wait-
stay
you
at
don't have to
home
make as
dad.
much
Remember I
money.
said that. I've
You know
been
what I'm
stay at
saying?
home
You
dad.
might not be eating out as much. You know
I
what I
get
mean?
that.
There's a lot more things that are gonna happen that's gonna be better, more healthy
I agree.
for the mental and for the body, for the family. When there's, it don't even got to be the mom, but when somebody's at home, tending to the home and raising the children.
Man, what I say, man, rent was $300 back then, bro. Rent was $300. You didn't have to worry about it back then.
Yeah, inflation definitely hit, but it's
Hard.
still
Hard.
Hard. We're like supreme consumers right now.
Right.
That's what it is. Like the reason why people think you can't raise a family off $50,000 is because we so hooked on buying shit that we think we need all this extra shit in our life.
I think our kids need so much of this extra stuff in life.
I mean, that too, you of course you like want your kids to grow up and have the same stuff that the kids around them have, right?
Right.
So like
Why?
because or you want your kids to have a better life than what you had before. So like let's say
a better okay, what is it depends on what you mean by a better life. Does that equate in fancy things?
so I know parents like to overcompensate for what they used to have. Like parents growing up, you know, back in the day and they didn't have much, they like to overcompensate and give their kids a lot more than, you know, what they had. So it's gonna keep going overboard. Like you said, like we are super consumers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that drives it too. But, you know, if you are working so hard to stay in an area for your kids to go to a good school or in a good school district, those areas tend to cost more. Those kids in those areas, you know, are with parents who have two parents made that could be a 2-income household or someone they're making, you know, just stupid money. So they're getting a lot more things, fancier things, you know, nicer clothes. Oh, I got this cool toy that costs, you know, $100 versus my Dollar Tree store or toy, you know, from what I got. It just, I feel like, you know, with a 2-income household, you may be able to provide that. It may not be $100 toy, but it could be a $50 toy.
Which generation do you think produced better children? Had better outcomes from their children? I don't know. I think Generation X probably. I don't know. I mean, you gotta break that. I don't know what all that is. No, you gotta break that down.
Millennials,
Okay.
right?
So I think millennials are Y.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Z, Y, and then X. So
80,
it's like
70
break
baby,
it
80
down
baby,
then.
90
Yeah, so
baby.
go ahead and break us all
Like
down. So what it is now?
yeah, like the the tail end of the 60s to about the 80s.
You think that was the best? You think that was the best children?
Only because that you know I was born
Interesting.
within that time. Well, I'm only saying that because my mom, or no, it is millennials. My bad. I'm thinking
Yeah,
the millennials. I think millennials are the best ones to raise their children because I mean I'm a part of the children that they've raised, and I mean we out here breaking. I'm just saying we out here breaking like generational curses. Where a lot more how y'all were saying earlier, like when it came to like the paddling and stuff, where.
Who set the platform for that? The paddling set the platform for that, though.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want their kids to be paddled. You know, like my mom is not.
My mom ain't want to whoop me either, but I did some shit that I needed to get.
I did some shit too that I could have gotten a whooping for.
Right.
1000%. Like I prank called 911 and I should have got my ass.
Yeah, you should have got one for that one. You definitely should have got one for that one.
I didn't. She explained to me, what happened, why not to do that, and from there on out, I understood I didn't need a whooping.
Lit your ass on fire for that shit.
Especially coming to my house for nothing. Back then,
yeah.
Don't you gotta pay when I want to come?
Now you do. Back then you did.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
Back then you did, but because of that generation, now that's why you do. But yeah, man, that was a good one, man. That was. We went a lot of places. With that one. Definitely a lot. But the next one, I'm not gonna lie. No, like the next one though, I feel very strongly about this one. So, and I'm glad that I'm so happy that we have a female perspective on this.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's inappropriate for male or female to comment on someone's spouse's or someone's boyfriend's pictures, as far as
Especially if it's like a semi-racy picture.
Yeah, so if it's like a guy with no shirt on the beach, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's a female in a nice form dress, you know what I mean, going out or something like that, should your homeboy be able to put a heart up under that picture? Or should they be able to...
Should they put a heart or heart
Oh,
the
yeah.
picture? That's
Or
different.
should they do anything? Should you can do anything?
Putting the heart is different.
You're right, yeah.
That's different.
You over here commenting hearts
Yeah, that's a little different.
on a girl who's half naked, then I'm like, what's happening? But you can like a picture. I've never been that type of person to be
Can
like.
they love the picture?
That's what I want to talk about putting the hearts on the
love the
picture. I'm saying love in the picture. That's what, if you love the picture.
So like on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny?
You double tap it.
I feel
Because
like
you're a part of this generation. So this is what you said. This is y'all generation.
I feel like
the tapping generation.
I feel like it's really funny that you say that because it was the opposite for me. Like I feel like I could, love something or heart something, whatever. But like my other half felt like, I shouldn't be
Doing too much.
But
we're in the doing too much stage. You ain't doing too much stage. That's what it is.
But in my mind, I'm like, it's nothing to even be mad about. It was just the status that was like, like it was something about graduation. Like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I made it here, blah, blah, blah. The real issue is that me and the guy that I loved it on, we used to talk, right? We used to have a thing, but we just became great friends after that. And that was always kind of like an issue. So I think that me loving it was like,
you still like that?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Why you even worrying about that man pictures, bro?
Right, but it was a graduation post.
Why you even over that though?
Why you love that shit?
Exactly, but why you even over that though? Why I'm saying, why you even over that though?
You care that much that you love it?
You had to love it? That means you really looked at it. You probably zoomed in on it, did you?
Did you say?
Yeah, you did. I knew
it was a graduation picture.
Did you save the picture?
No, that's just weird.
But did you really look at it though?
No, it was a whole post about it. Like, I wouldn't have gotten here if.
Oh, so you felt it?
I understood.
Because you know him.
A graduation gown.
So you remember what he had on, so.
It was, because it created a whole thing. I'm not gonna forget that. Trust me. I'm not even liking shit no more. Like it was like a whatever. I just feel like you can love something, you can like it. I mean, if the person is half naked and you're over here loving the photo, then yes, I feel like why are we doing that?
That's what we talking about.
But if they're, dressed up fully, you
like
can
like a man with no shirt on. Do you think that's appropriate to love that picture?
No, I don't. I'm not gonna. But that's just me. I'm not gonna love.
So you can like it?
I can like it.
You can like it?
I can like it, but I'm just not gonna love it.
Yeah, like
but
it's
you can like it.
I feel you feel like you're doing too much.
Yeah, like that's taking it like overboard.
Yeah, you're doing too much.
Like, why do you have to love the photo?
I understand how you feel.
I just wanted to throw that one in there. You know what I mean? Just throw it in there to see how she felt. You know what I mean? Because I know for me, I when I have like my friends and they have their wives and stuff like that, like I don't really love or like pictures like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either. Nope.
It's nothing against them. I mean, when I see them, I'll be like, yeah, I saw your picture, look nice. Whatever it may be, why their significant other is present. And I don't think that they look at me any differently if I loved it or liked it or whatever it may be. It's just for me and my conscience. I'm just like, bro, I'm just not. If it's a solo picture, I'll just look at it and keep going.
I'll like it, but if it's like a little,
yeah, I might like it.
If it's like a little bit, bit racy, I'm not liking it. Nope.
Yeah, if you're doing too much.
Nope.
Like if you're doing well, I don't know. In my eyes, if you're doing too much in my eyes, then I'm not gonna do nothing. But if it's just like a couple pictures of you together,
so
whatever,
do you
I
feel
like
like this is like on regular people or like celebrities? Like what?
Just period.
No, regular people.
Period. Regular people.
I don't care about celebrities. No, I don't care about celebrities. But I'm talking about regular people. I mean, if you bag a celebrity, bro, you bag one.
Chris got a good point. It wasn't the fact that you loved it. It was who picked you love.
Bingo.
That's what
she skipped all those. She speed bumped all over that though. She didn't care nothing about none of that though. She just speed bumped over. It was the graduation. It was just all about graduation. It ain't got nothing to do with who Buddy was though. But it's just graduation.
We happy to have something going on.
Just a little bit back back.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Just baby, way back then, but it's nothing now. But you love this picture though.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
But the topic at hand, I think this was our headline today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This was our headline today. Yeah. Because we were scrolling through the pictures, scrolling through the comments today, or some of the posts, and cosmetic surgery came up. Cosmetic surgery was one of the big things that came up, and it was, I can't remember one of the members in the group that came up with the question, but the question was along the lines is like, women that are getting cosmetic surgery, like, who are you getting that for? You know what I'm saying? Are you getting it to impress men? Are you getting it to impress women?
Yeah.
Or are you getting it because of low self-esteem? Or are you getting it because of whatever it may be? You know what I mean? Like, what is...
Why do y'all think women do it?
Why do I think?
Yeah.
I think the media is on a constant attack at women to not be comfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
And that they always need something. That's why, because women is the majority consumer.
Right.
So they focus on the women to make them feel less. So they feel like they need something so they can continue. I think that is ultimately the reason. It
goes back to when it was back when women had to be real skinny. When anorexia was like a big thing, bulimia and all this stuff. And I hope I'm saying all this right.
But you know why, right?
Because the media.
If you just look at the media and you look at the women that they were showing, like especially like in the music videos, they were all regular bodied, looking
super slim.
Yeah, looking women.
Super slim.
But you remember when that turned, like
Buffy the body. She for my generation.
Big boy put her in a video.
Yeah, Buffy. When Buffy came through, bro, and people started saying that, it was like,
that's where the wave came from, in my opinion.
What is that? So for me, this is my thing. I think it goes back to like you said, it's media. It's what's out now. Is what's glamorized. Mm-hmm. I think women see it and they do it for whatever reason. It could be to impress whoever. It could be status. Maybe they didn't have this, and now that they see that the people that they're around is getting a certain treatment, mm-hmm. and now they want that treatment. You know what I'm saying? Or it can be a young lady who has 4 or 5 kids. Mm-hmm. And her stomach is just done, and she can't get rid of it. So now she get that right. You know what I'm saying? But she adds stuff some other places just to make her feel a little bit better. That's how I feel about it too. But I just don't.
It's all of that.
I just want to know, because you know it's overwhelming amount of ass jobs getting done now.
Bro, you don't know what's real and what's not. Because it's getting good. Like don't get me wrong. You can always kind of tell from the torsos, but as a male looking at females
and the legs too.
Yeah, but I think they get better with that too because the transfers
especially
are a
when you
better.
see a woman with like a whole bunch of arms and like not a lot of stomach. It's like, oh, she got a lot of arms.
Where did that go?
What happened?
Yeah, that's kind of true too. I mean, I kind of get that too, but I just think that now, with some of the reasons that you have for them, men automatically think that you're doing that because you want to get a rapper, or you want to get this, or it's for the status, you want to have this or have that. And some of that is true. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, some of that is true, but I just don't want to bundle everybody into that and say that's exactly why they're doing that, if that makes sense.
It's a lot of different reasons, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of different
reasons. A lot of different, depends on the person. I feel like the majority, everything is a trend. Like being skinny was a trend, now having a fat ass is a trend. And as soon as those fake ass shots came in, it was a quick way to do that. That was something that people started automatically doing. I think a lot of people now are trying to lose it.
Right.
Because it's
going back to natural.
Yeah, it's going back to looking natural. It just depends on what the trend is,
But this trend has been going on for a long time, bro. This trend is going on about 20 years
Some
now.
ridiculous looking shit out here in the streets.
Bro, it's been going for about 20 years now, bro. So when you say trend, I don't know if it's a trend now. I think it's like more of a lifestyle now because people are getting it, and that's something that they just do.
Well, yeah. I mean, also you have to think about women are traditionally looked at, like we're supposed to be on this earth for men, right? So a lot of women are in this mindset of, I have to make sure that I look good in order to get a man.
Right.
Or, but it is a lot of people that are like, this is based on my self-esteem and everything, but I do think that a lot of it is based off of what the media wants and what the trend is, and then also what men want. And for a lot of the times, a lot of men that we encounter, if I'm with my homeboys, they're always talking about, oh yeah, she got a fat ass, blah, blah, blah. I like that. So when you're sitting here and you're thinking that, and you're like listening to them say that constantly, that's gonna make you want, you know, you're single, you may like one of those guys.
This is where I'm gonna disagree. That we're breeding people to be so weak that I have to change what I like so it doesn't affect you altering your body. Like, listen, I've been who I am my whole life. So, you know, some women like tall guys. What am I gonna get, knee extensions? 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
You know, but that's what you said. Some women.
No, most women would rather a tall guy. If we're gonna keep it 100, most women, when they look at their ideal, short, they don't say short, dark, and handsome.
This is true though. This is definitely true.
You never heard a woman say that.
This is true.
But also,
but that doesn't. But I've never had a problem.
But I think that it's because, you know, there are a lot more women in this world than there are men. You know, so men, I hate to like, you know.
No, that's not what it is. It's that you create your reality with your mind. So like I said, the thing is that there's a bombardment in the media of just making women feel less than.
Yeah.
So your confidence level, like there's like it's not all pretty women are considered beautiful. There's some not so beautiful women that are bunched in there. It's because of their confidence that they have, and they don't let that shit affect their confidence, and it shines through.
And they still get their due.
You ain't gotta have a whole bunch of ass.
So to go to your point, what were you saying? You were saying as far as like women, are you saying like women kind of falling in line because it's you have to fall in line to what men like because it's more men here now? So that's kind of like that's why they're doing that?
No, it's less men in the world.
That's true though.
Than there
that's
are
women.
Less men. Yeah.
Sorry. It's more women.
So, you know, it comes to the point where, you know, you may have two women fighting over this one man, and
that's most likely the case.
Yeah, you know, and so if that man is like really big on not so much of a personality, but more on what that person looks like and showing that person off to their friends, because, you know, y'all are weird sometimes. You know, so
talk about it. Speak on it.
Y'all,
weird.
yeah, like some men in this world, they you know, of course you want to brag about the person that you're with.
Right.
But some, not all men, but some men literally are like, oh, look at my arm candy. Like my arm candy is better than your arm candy kind of thing. That like I have heard.
I think you get into trouble doing shit like that.
I've heard, well, I mean, you know, you're not going to say it in front of your girl, of course, but like, you know, I've heard these conversations.
Nah, you're right, it happens. I'm not denying that it happens.
Like my girl is better than your girl.
I just don't think it's the right way to go.
You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you.
Y'all weird. Y'all are weird. But no, I get what she's saying, but I think now it's more to the point of you're speaking from a female's perspective as far as that's what you feel that's what you feel we want. But most guys are not really caring about the arm candy like that anymore because they may have been
that's
burnt.
not true. I understand what she's saying.
I do too, but I'm saying like most don't though.
They care more about the physical looks. They value
depending on what that man look like.
Everything. That's
Everybody
depending on what that man look
that's
like.
fit and thick at the same time.
Yeah.
But like
ideal.
A lot of men just want that hourglass figure, even though there are a lot of different types of healthy bodies that aren't necessarily that hourglass figure, but that is what a lot of men want because they see it on the media too.
Well, I disagree about that point. I think the voluptuous figure is naturally embedded in us to be attracted to that. Mm-hmm. It's just.
Oh, we done seen all our lives.
No, it's sacred geometry. There's like a science that goes into it.
Man, I done seen all my mama friends and all my auntie friends. All of them was thick and all that kind. That's what I like. I used to be attracted to your mama friends. Like man, I ain't gonna lie, I was. So I used to look at my auntie friends and all that other kind of stuff. Like that's what I like.
I'm lying.
There's one. Is that, bro? I know you lying. So I'm not. That's why I speak on it. I ain't gonna listen to what you're saying. It was always somebody that. Whether who it was, because our teachers.
So you think we like voluptuous women? No, bro, because what we saw in the media. I think it's a natural inclination in our mind minds to be attracted to
I'm
that.
not talking about the media because we didn't have media when we was growing up. We just going off of what we saw as far as in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I think that's just natural in our minds to be attracted to that. It's sacred geometry, just like the shapes of your face makes you attractive, and most people kind of agree to that. You'd have some people who think differently, but the majority of people are gonna agree on who's beautiful and who's not. And it's because of the natural shapes. We're attracted to
big preference.
I think it's naturally embedded.
I think the majority of the world likes someone who's slimmer, right? Who's skinnier. So not all of the voluptuousness. I feel like it depends on where you grow up and who you grow up around, right? And who's in your neighborhood. Like y'all just said, like, oh, dang, I've seen this person here and there.
My bad, I'm sorry.
No.
I get caught up in reading the comments sometimes.
No, we listening to you.
But versus, I feel like at one point in time, men like the more slim look versus, now. So it's like, what's the difference now? Why you feel like you're more attracted to the voluptuous kind of look versus before when you were attracted to the more
always
slim?
attracted to the more voluptuous.
I was gonna say I always like
We're always attracted to the more voluptuous look. There's just
There
more of them. There are more of them now.
Zay just said
America is overweight.
We're attracted to the hourglass by nature. I'm just gonna be real.
So Manuela said you'll never see a bell pepper shaped woman that's deemed sexy on a movie. Yes, because we're not attracted to that. We ain't never been attracted to bell pepper shaped women.
But no,
She is always the fat funny friend. She is.
But no, Monique came out with that one movie. Remember Big Girls?
But I'm saying,
girls,
but
whatever.
okay. So at what point in our history did we hold the bell pepper shaped women up here? So we can't say we didn't always have that media. No. Bell pepper shaped woman was never the preference. That's not what we're naturally inclined to be attracted to.
Why you calling them bell pepper?
She called it that.
Yeah, why bell pepper, bro? Bell pepper is not.
Wisdom tooth. Is that better?
Was this for you or me?
My goodness.
Wisdom tooth. Whoa! Wait! Did you just call him a wisdom tooth?
I'm just saying that's a bell pepper, same thing.
I mean, yeah, man, we ain't gonna. Yeah, but yeah, I was never attracted to that. I'm not gonna lie. I was never attracted. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Xavier on this one. It was like my nature. It was just like I said when I was a kid, looking at the women that was around me to agree with what you said too. Where I was brought up. Now let's take it back. Now if I was brought up in a different community and all the women were slim, and that's all I saw. If I grew up in Boca. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I saw. Then yeah, and I might like that. But when I went to school,
okay, I'm gonna shut this down because you're bullshitting. Are you more inclined to date the slimmer, not voluptuous woman, or the bell pepper? If you don't hurry up and answer this motherfucking question,
I'm not dating a bell pepper.
Okay, so you're more inclined.
But if the bell pepper cool, I might date the bell pepper.
I feel like every guy
lying.
I do feel like every guy says that, and it's not true.
Thank you.
You call me out too?
Yeah.
I feel like
I ain't never seen this nigga with a bell pepper. Never.
But you have had bell peppers in your life. You probably even had a bell pepper confess to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what we call them, the Biggie Smalls. Bro. Big up top, little down low.
No way. So you feel like men? You feel like men will talk to bell peppers in closed doors, but not out in the open? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like they would talk behind closed doors because men.
Listen, after 2 o'clock, shit gotta happen.
Right.
Stuff gotta go down.
But some men take it.
Y'all never. Well, yeah, there are, a few rare gems who prefer.
It's a lot of niggas that's deep in these trenches, man.
I don't know, man.
See, you said that, and all I keep thinking about is the wisdom tooth and something.
He did that, man. So it kind of messed it up. You see the little legs. Why is it always little? I mean, all right, we're gonna get off of that.
I call them Biggie Smalls. I think that's the PC, the PC version.
So this is another question. I don't want it to get too far. Time we already off anyway. But
no, Devin said bigger titties and wider hips are a sign of health and fertility in nature.
They do say that for wide hips. They always say, "Oh, you got birth."
It's naturally inclined in us to be attracted to it. It's why McDonald's has the arches.
Man, come on, man. What are you talking about?
All of that stuff goes into the marketing of those products. They know we're inclined to those shapes and figures, and even colors too. All that shit is important.
Well, I know colors. I know certain colors get your attention in certain.
Yeah, so why wouldn't shapes? That it makes it's the same thing.
But I don't think McDonald's is using thick girls for.
No, I'm talking about the arches.
That's what I'm saying. Damn. So you think it's for a thick girl?
I think it's probably some kind of sacred geometry that went behind making the logo for that, and it probably helps to attract us to the restaurant. I'm sure. I'm almost certain of that.
It's something behind all that. I give you that. But let me ask you this: as a female,
Yeah, you called them bell peppers. Don't run away from it.
who?
She said we talked to bell peppers because that's low hanging fruit. Hell yeah.
We talked about that before, though. You can pick it up.
Do
off
I
the
feel
ground,
like
bro.
throwing a rock and getting the real good mango up there? Oh, no, I'm just gonna take this mango on the
Get that
ground.
mango
All I
down
gotta do
the
is pick it up.
Pick it up and start eating.
I'm
Keep
good.
on walking. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to worry about no
You
more.
good? I'm not
But-
climbing a tree to get this shit.
So tell me this, or you can just give me your opinion on it. Why is it so easy? Because we're, as men, you have heard our opinions, and you have had yours too, on how we would not talk to a bell pepper, but most women would talk to overweight men. You know what I mean? Before a male would talk to an overweight female.
I wouldn't say most, but some would.
I think
Just just like some.
I would say
men
most.
would too. Nah, I don't.
Bro, I would say more. I'm starting to see more and more women with overweight men,
Yes.
bro. I'm starting to see more.
We're talking
and
about
more.
like a
Honestly,
severely overweight man.
Oh, wait.
Sometimes they be having a better personality. They're not so like
Into
focused on
themselves?
yeah.
So
So
now
what you're
that's
saying
what, they acting light skinned.
So
That's
what
what
you're saying
because
is
you
you're-
light skinned. So
you're
go
a
ahead and
bell
say
pepper?
it.
You
Go
said-
ahead and say it. They acting light skinned because that's what you want to say.
No, I mean like sometimes they have a better personality and they're not just straight into themselves and about
I don't
looking
agree
a certain
with
way.
I don't agree.
What
with
your
none
girl
of this.
just said.
I don't agree with none of this.
What did she just say?
Fat men are winning.
Thank you. I'm telling you, bro. Like I'm starting to see more and more women because it's one of those things where like the whole the stereotype of certain looking and stuff like that. Because I'm pretty sure women starting to feel the same way too. They ain't trying to throw at the top of the tree neither. They be like, but it's straight. He cool. He treat me right.
Right.
He takes care of everything.
So
I ain't got to worry about him doing
I
nothing.
think the point we probably making the same point. The point I'm making is like severely overweight men. They're not getting the same amount of play. But the thing is
it depends on what you're saying.
being
severely.
overweight, really considered as a man is probably a higher bar than what women is.
You can't
Because
speak.
because a man could be 250 and not considered to be overweight.
It depends on the female and the way that they feel though.
So you mean like if they look overweight,
Yeah, that's what. Because you
like
can be.
looks
They
wise.
look severely overweight. You can have a little gut or what I'm saying. But as a woman, you can't really get away with as much shit as you can get away with as a man.
No, of course not. No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, now, it's a whole thing about being like body positivity and stuff like that. But for example, Lizzo,
There's body positivity when it comes to women.
right, to women.
Yeah.
But
Oh, if you a man, you just fat, bro.
but you
but
fat.
because men can get away with being big, like men can get away with it more than women.
Speak on Lizzo though, because I heard you say Lizzo. So
Yeah,
I
Lizzo, she's big on this.
Because we spoke about Lizzo in a past. Make sure go back to our YouTube channel because we did speak about Lizzo about when she cried on camera. But go ahead.
Right, yeah. I mean, but she broke down after being this source of confidence for bigger women. She had a breakdown because people are still like going in on her, going hard on her.
But you don't
She
think
presents
brings
herself. She
that?
brings
Yeah,
that
you don't think
attention
she
on
brings that?
herself.
But that's what I'm saying. She's trying to show and be confident for the other women who may not, have the luxury to be able to lose weight. That you have to get surgery and surgeries are expensive to do that. So,
You have to get surgery to lose weight.
some people do.
All right. How often if we're gonna use a percentage, how much percentage of the population that's overweight do you think can't lose weight?
I don't know, because I'm not a doctor.
Good one. Listen. Look,
That's crazy.
That was a good one. So look, man, I appreciate you. Thank you. Because look, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this in front of everybody because we are live. We have asked a lot of women to come here and sit down and go back and forth with us. You don't know Troy, and you don't know me neither. That's what's crazy. So which is crazy. We just met today. But the other thing is that you sat down and we're not that easy to go back and forth with. You know what I mean?
We do gotta ask one more question.
What's that?
At the bottom, is submission to a man?
Oh,
Is submission to a man a fair exchange for protection?
oh yeah, that was.
Why?
Yeah.
This is what I don't get.
Oh, here it is. Ooh, you see the neck?
My bad.
Did you see the neck?
My fault. There here we go.
Why why is it that I have to be submissive for you to go in like protect mode for something? Like if I am an independent person,
I'm gonna go get me some codes on this one. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna get me some codes. Y'all go ahead.
if I'm like an independent woman, right, and I feel like there are a lot of things that I can do on my own, you know, because you know it's true. Like women are capable of doing things on their own. Of course, we need men for certain things, but why is it that I have to be submissive for you to want to protect me?
Do you think that you should have to give anything for the man to protect you?
I think every relationship is a give or take relationship. I think
So
y'all both have to compromise.
You're talking in a relationship right now.
But even so, if I don't know you right off the street, and somebody, you know, comes up and is about to attack me, you don't know me, but you see somebody's about to attack me. I like in your mind, what will happen? You're right there. But let's say I was not being submissive, you know, and we were coming out of the club. Let's say I wasn't being submissive in the club or whatever. You're not gonna be like, yo, dude, what you doing? Back up.
See that depends. It depends on so many variables in that situation. So many variables it depends on in that situation. Do I know you? Are you known for starting shit?
Ooh,
Have I seen you start shit before?
Look at that comment there. I like that one.
Hold that one. Hold on to that.
I like that. I'm
Because
I knew I was gonna sit back.
I want to drill into something that she said.
I knew I was gonna sit back on this one. Go ahead.
But remember that question because they're gonna.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna remember that one.
So, first of all, I have to know like, are you a shit starter? Are you known for starting shit? But you said I don't know you. I'm just a person that I don't. You're just a person that I don't know.
So even if I was a shit starter, right?
Yeah.
And I provoked that.
Yeah.
Do you think that I would deserve to get hit for it or attacked?
I'm not gonna use the word deserve, but I'm not gonna step in. If you provoke it, you're expecting me to come save you from it.
So if
That's like me walking up to a bear, right? I provoked the bear. The bear mauled the shit out of me, and I walk back and get mad at the bear. That bear knows stronger than me.
They should have did that.
Then leave the motherfucking bear alone.
Yeah, I get you on that. So what are you saying? What are you feeling next? You still rocking your head? Yeah.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. What I was gonna say. So if a female, like, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person as a character. Like for men to feel like that they have to attack a female for any means, right?
See now, this is the problem that I have with it because they always throw it back on the men. I'm saying nobody should do anything and put their hands on each other. Nobody should do bullshit to each other.
Right.
But you can't expect you can't get mad how people react to certain shit.
I agree.
They should. That doesn't mean they should do it, but we don't always react how we should when things happen to us. So we can't act like every situation is gonna be this perfect situation.
Right.
So the onus needs to fall on. Okay, if you know this motherfucker's bigger and stronger than you, how about you don't fuck with him?
How about you just leave him alone with
How
that?
about you don't fuck with him?
Yeah.
That's how we treat animals that we know ain't think like they liable to do anything. You ain't running up on a crocodile like fuck you, nigga. Know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah, you're not gonna do
your
that.
ass bit.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you said one thing I noticed you said that I gotta point out because we're talking about submission and protecting a relationship, and you called yourself an independent woman. If you're in a relationship and you're calling yourself an independent woman, you don't. First of all, you don't see a problem with that.
No, it's two independent people coming together, right? Ooh. Was I independent before? And weren't you independent before?
But after we get together, we're no longer independent people.
Do I have my own bank account and you have your own bank account?
All right, we're getting deep with this one. Why even get together then? If we're gonna just, why are we even getting together? I thought when you get married, you're supposed to come together as one.
Right, but but if there are things that are still separate, right? You have to have your own individuality, right? Each person still has their own individuality. Am I supposed to literally drop my individuality because we got married?
You're not. You can't call yourself an individual. We're living life together. I'm supporting you. You're supporting me.
So you kind of answered
We're not
my
individual
question.
people.
You kind of so we can't.
You're dropping your individuality. Yes, I would agree with that.
I don't agree that. I don't think that you should. I think that's why a lot of people end up get getting divorced because then they have to go back out and find themselves.
You're no longer an individual, you're a couple.
I think that there's a lot of give and take and stuff, right? I think that it can be a 50-50. You probably don't think that, right? Do you think that it's 50-50?
Well,
Do you
it's
think
50-50.
like if you're in a relationship, do you think things are supposed to be 50-50 or no?
I think you should try to get the energy as equal as possible. I don't think it's achieved most of the time, but I think it's healthy to try to get it as close as you can. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's always going to be somebody giving more energy in a relationship.
I think that too. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm sorry. But I think that I'll be right back, y'all. I'm so sorry.
But no, what I was gonna say with it too is that when it really boils down to it, man, it's like wait, go back down for the comments real quick.
Yeah, you gotta read, man. Well,
yeah, because that was crazy. Yeah, let's go back to that one. Definitely want to go back to that one because she made a good point. Go right there. So basically, no, down a little bit. You're right there. So she was saying, why isn't it a natural mode for you to be a protector for a woman? Why is there always a qualifier?
Why isn't it natural for her to be submissive? I can ask the same goddamn question.
Wow, I felt like she was right with that one, but you're right though.
Yeah.
So
that's the same question.
If you automatically want me to be that protector, so
if I have to protect you, there's a certain level of respect and revere that you have to have for me, because you ain't protecting me.
So you're saying if
when I'm supposed to take the bullet for you. If there's something that goes on in the house, I gotta go down there and check. I can fucking get shot, and I'm supposed to die for my family.
And if she's not,
you don't have that responsibility in a relationship.
If she's not being submissive, then you feel like you shouldn't have to do that. Well, I'm not doing that. Well, I'm not finna step as fast as I should to do that.
I think that's why the hierarchy is set man-woman, because of that. Because I'm the leader. I
gotta do that regardless.
I have to risk my fucking life for this.
Regardless, yeah. I gotta do that regardless. No, I get exactly what you're saying. But I don't wanna feel like
I'm not gonna risk my fucking life for somebody who just, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like obviously if I'm risking my life, that puts me, I'm taking a certain risk that you ain't taking in this relationship.
Right. I definitely get it. I definitely get what you're saying. But for the whole thing with me is that's just who I'm gonna be anyway. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be that, you know what I'm saying, the protective part of it. That's who I'm gonna be. That's how I'm gonna come off regardless. But if you're not being submissive to me, I don't know. It does get cloudy. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's why I'm kind of treading lightly on what I'm saying, because it's like, yeah, you're right though.
As long as I'm with you, I'm gonna protect you. But if you get to the point to where you're not submissive, everybody has a different definition of that. But if you get to the point to where you're not submissive, I'm probably just not gonna be with you.
Yeah.
Especially if that's the role I'm playing in a relationship.
Go down a little bit on the comments for me, because we got new ones. I see what Chris said. Folks always want to take before they give. That's what it boils down to. But no, you're right. That goes down to the whole situation as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna take. You know what I mean? You gonna take. And a lot of people, yeah, you're right. A lot of people don't give. I don't think. Let's see. I don't think it comes natural for all women. Maybe a large portion, but not all. Chris was talking about that. I can't see what Tara said. I already went up. Ebony, Troy. Oh, you got one for you, Troy. How submissive? I'll let you read it because she's talking to me.
Yeah, she said, how submissive do you believe a woman should be in order for a man to protect her? It's not about how submissive. I think that's the roles that we should play in society. I think that's what we're better suited to do. Men are more suited to be protectors and providers, and women are more suited to be in the nurturing position. So I just think it works. The world works better. Families work better when we play our roles and we play our positions. And I think the results show that.
Nah, you're right. Nah, you're definitely right about that. And for me is I think that's it, bro. That's it, bro. Listen, that's gonna be it for me at least. You know what I mean? I think we had a good one today, man. I do want to shout out. I guess she did have an emergency that she had to go tend to, but I think we're gonna have her back, man.
Yeah, she was interesting.
She was really interesting. I love her calm demeanor though. Yeah. She really had a real calm demeanor. Her points were very punctual too. But she did have an emergency, so she had to go ahead and head out. But she will go back and be able to see this, man. So we appreciate her as well. Thank you. I can't say it enough. I know we switched days last week for us to go to a Wednesday, man. I mean, we had a a lot of people talk, bro. We had a lot of people talk in the comments. We went
read
back
them
and forth with you guys a lot. Stanley, I don't know why you late, bro. You should have been here. Don't be talking about, hey, fellas, it's me, Stan. You should have been here, bro. We've been on here for almost 2 hours, man. You should have been here. But anyway, man, I think it was a good one, man. We'll have to bring back Black Tony back in, man. JC can't mix no more, bro. He gotta go ahead and get here, man. But yeah, man, go ahead and cue that music, bro. It's that time. I appreciate you,
man.
Troy Jr.
What's up? We out of here.
It's always a pleasure, man. I appreciate y'all like always, man. Sure, take it.